Alright, so this video is going to be about Elana Haven. I've done a similar video to this before back in the World Uprooted meta, but this deck is very very different because when I did the video on Uprooted, this deck was more of a Machina deck than an Elana one. And in the Fortune's Hand expansion, a lot of the key Machina cards have rotated. So now Elana is still a good deck, but it's kind of shifted back to its roots, where it's more of an amulet-based deck where you try to heal yourself to make big boards. So for people who've been playing Elana for a long time, like maybe you had a lot of trouble playing it last expansion because how different it was, but this expansion now Elana is back to its roots. So if you have a lot of experience playing Elana, then this deck will be basically fit right at home for you. So the basic playstyle of the deck is the same though. You try to get Elana set up, and then this is a healing synergy deck, so every time you heal yourself, your board gets bigger. So you just try to make giant boards through healing. Now, this variant of the deck, the one that's popular in this expansion, has two, well, at least the one that's popular in competitive, has two routes of victory. Number one is making a big board and overwhelming your opponents. The second way of winning, however, is more subtle. You try to get up the Elana setup, and then late game, try to set up like a bunch of small Stormers, and then buff them like crazy and go for an OTK. Alright, so now you have two different win conditions now. So now let's talk about the cards that are core and the cards that are not core. So let me go and edit. Alright, so as you can see, the core of this deck is very, very light, right? Only 23 cards, okay? So we got the usual good stuff with Elana. We got the Robo Wing, it's a 2-drop that gives us healing spell. We got the Elana herself. We got the new card, Pure Song Priest, which is a 1-mana heal yourself. It's very good. It even draws a card if you have a ward, which is not hard to get. So in terms of new cards that this expansion gave, we got a lot of good new cards. Number one, we got this guy, right? Stalwart Featherfolk. It's a 2-drop with full stats. It's got wards. So, we're always happy to play 2-mana 2/2s, but other than that, if you have any amulets in play, then it also heals you. So, once you have Elana out, or once you have any amulet out, it heals you, so it's a very, very easy activator to get healing, so very, very good. One of the amazing new additions from Fortune's Hand is this card, Four-Pillar Tortoise. It is a 3-mana 1/4 with ward, so, it stonewalls aggro decks. And then on play, it puts a 4 playpoint Havencraft follower from your deck into your hand, or an amulet. So that's great, because you know what else costs 4? Elana. And this deck, as anyone who has played it knows, this deck literally does not function if you don't find Elana. So now you have a way of finding Elana, so instead of having 3 copies, it's almost like we have 6 copies, so this is an amazing addition. Alright, another amazing addition is the 3-drop Lorena. She's a 2/3, which is understated, and she gives you a healing spell, Lorena's Holy Water. It heals anything and draws a card. But the important effect is that during your turn, if you heal yourself twice, then she gets to evo for free. And then on her revolve effect, then she has like a really similar effect to her old Elana's, what is that? I forgot what it's called, like Lorena's something fist, like Iron Fist, but like she deals 2 damage to anything, where it's like the damage done is equal to your strongest follower. So she's amazing. So number one, she could heal you, which is what we want. But other than that, the free evo is so important because Elana is, evo points are basically the lifeblood of Elana. Like, it's one of the main reasons why this deck wants to go second instead of first. Unlike most other decks in the meta that benefit going first, we want to go second just because we have more evo points. So Lorena giving you more free evos or allowing you to conserve evos is incredible. So she's a great addition. The World is a card that many decks are playing right now. It's got healing, so of course we want to play it. And then not only that, but if you're getting rushed down, then it gets to kill your opponent's strongest follower and draw 2 cards. And there's also the Invocation, where in turn 10, you get to evolve for free. It pulls itself out of your deck, and then now you have a 4 damage nuke every turn. So that's really, really strong. So no brainer, although not really at 3 copies in my opinion. 2 is the right amount. Although some people still play 3. Okay, now those are the core cards. Now this card, however, is not new, but it's a core card now, Yukari. Yukari actually kind of sucks, to be honest. Yukari is not a good card. However, the reason she's core now is because her Union Burst is so strong against the current meta. because her Union Burst protects yourself, your face, and also protects your board from spell and effect damage. And right now, two of the best decks in the meta are Rune and Blood, and both of those decks rely heavily on using spell effects to control the board. And not only that, they also rely heavily on spell effects to kill you. So Yukari does double duty. She allows you to build boards that they cannot interact with, and she also allows you to protect yourself from like some kind of big win condition, like burn from blood or from Dark Mage lethal. So now she's at 3 copies. Even though in a vacuum this card kind of sucks, but you have to play her now because she's so good in the meta. So as you can see, Elana has a very, very light core. There's a lot of different ways you could build this deck. What I see some people do is some people try to play this like a Machina Natra deck, like last expansion. So, you run cards like Changewing Carib, or you run Natra Almacinus, you run your Confectioners, and you can still do that, just the deck is, quite a bit worse than last expansions because you don't have Lemonia anymore. You could try to run this as a control deck. So you run a lot of late game cards, you run the new 5-drop, which is called Adjudicator, I think. Reverend Adjudicator. Where is it? This guy, yeah. So you can run Reverend Adjudicator, you can run a lot of slow cards, you can run a ward package with Wilbert. So there's a ton of ways to build this. However, right now what is considered to be the most competitive way of building this is to run a light Machina package, run a light Natra package. So the Natra cards, the key ones, are the 5-drop Justine. Okay. Justine is basically Albert, but more importantly is her fusion. Whenever you fuse a Natra card, then she heals you. So if she's in her hand, that basically allows you to get free healing, which is amazing. Sometimes you can buff your dudes to insane, just insane levels just with Justine. Alright, so you run a light Natra package, you got Justine, you got the 2-drop, you got the Saintly Squeaks. Where is it? Alright. It's a Natra card, it gets Storm, you have 2 amulets, and then it also gives you Tree, so it gives you fodder to fuse for Justine. Alright. Now, one thing I mentioned is that the win condition of this deck, there's now 2 win conditions, right? Number 1 is building a big board, but number 2 is then playing a lot of small Stormers, buffing them to insane levels, and then just killing your opponent one shot. So, in order to go for the Storm win con, you generally need 2 Elanas on the field, 2 amulets. So, that's difficult to do, right? Because we only have 3 Elanas, and some games you're forced to use Evo points or something else. And so, if you want 2 Elanas, if you want to do it normally, you have to evolve 2 Elanas, which is sometimes too much to ask. So, we need another way of getting Elana. So, another way we can get Elana is to copy it using Sweeping Seraph. So I have 2 in my deck, but I think that I know that some people run 3 as well. Alright. And then for amulets, for the 1-mana amulets, I really, really like Golden Bell. However, I know that a lot of people don't run Golden Bell, and a lot of people for 1-mana amulets, they run Sneak Attack instead. Now, in my opinion, that's a very bad idea. It's very high roll, because this deck lacks draw. You need draw, you gotta find your Elanas. If you don't find your Elana, the deck literally doesn't work. So I don't like Sneak Attack, even though I know a lot of people have success with it. So I like Golden Bell more, because it draws you cards, and it's also not a bad target to copy with Sweet Wing. Alright. This card's always good, right? The, what is that? Tender Rabbit Healer, it's a 1-mana healing, it gives you a body. However, it's kind of a high rolly card, because, without Elana, this card kind of sucks. So I think 2 copies is the right amount. Okay. And then other than that, do we really have any more Natra cards? I don't think so. Let me see. I mean, other than that, you can just run more removal if you like. Like, if you want to run, what is that called again? The, what is that? If you want to run removal spells like Blind Justice, or if you want to run the classic one, which is Scripture, you could do that. That's always an option. For 3-drops, we have plenty already. Right now, the way the deck's built, Elana's are only 4-drop, right? And so that means Tortoise will 100% pull Elana. Some people, because of this, because it's so important to have Elana in this deck. Some people cut Kel completely, even though Kel is a broken card, right? But if you want, you can still put Kel back in the deck. I have one in my version of the deck, but you can cut Kel completely. Although I think that this meta right now, you don't need 3 copies of Kel. Like, you know, 1 is fine, or even 2 is fine, but don't run 3, because after that, it makes it too difficult to find all of your Elanas, right? It just makes it way too hard. If you want to tech against amulet decks, you could also put Resolve of the Fallen. You know, that's another good option. Right? And then finally for, what is that? For 3 drops... I think I forgot something here. 1 second, let me find it. Yeah, Major Prayers. So I have 3 copies of my version of the deck. So Major Prayers is really good, because number 1, even if you don't get both effects, it either counts as a 3 mana draw 2, or it summons Meowskers. So summoning Meowskers early does nothing, right? So the best way to use this is, if you don't have double amulets, then use this to draw 2 cards so you can find your Elanas. And then later on in the game, when you have, you know, double Lana set up, then you can play Major Prayers to get the Meowskers, and then after that, use all your healing to just buff Meowskers to insane levels and just like smash your opponent in the face. So Major Prayers does double duty in this deck. It's a card that at first glance doesn't seem very impressive. It's actually very amazing. So yeah, this is Elana right now, and I believe this is the best version of it. Elana and Haven in general seem kind of bad in the beginning, but it seems like recently it's been rising. So it's a good deck. It's also one of the best ways to counter Rune. So if you don't like Rune, or you're seeing a lot of Rune in your meta, then yeah, this is the deck to play. Alright, so really, really fun deck. Very slow deck, unfortunately, but very fun, and it should be very comfortable if you played Elana in previous metas. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe just frustrated, but I feel like my opponent was actually in an advantageous position. I don't know why he conceded there. Like, taking damage in that matchup isn't that bad. You can heal it all up, right? I don't know what he's doing. Alright, we're going second. That's good. So unfortunately, that means Blood gets to get the world first, but that might not even matter. But, oh, actually, I'm going to keep Yukari. Yukari is the absolute game changer in this matchup. It's what allows you to crush Blood in the late game. But, maybe this isn't Control Blood, maybe it's Wrath? Either way, we should still be favored, I think. We got Elana, so we're gonna shape. Okay, it's Control. Alright, no problem.
Which hands are the praying hands?
Damn, perfect curve. 1, 2, 3. We're gonna take a little bit of a beat down here, unfortunately. Oh, he actually trades. It's not what I expected, but sure. Good thing we have Elana. Is he thinking about whether he wants to play his Ravening? That's what it looks like right now. The 2-2 contests his board really well, but it's possible he's willing to use a spell here to clear my 2-2. Because if he doesn't, then I'm going to have a pretty big advantage next turn tempo-wise. But Ravening, yeah, Ravening is so important. I guess he was like considering it. He really shouldn't do it. You never do it. Okay, oh my god, we have 2 Yukaris. If we can make it to the late game, we probably just win. Especially if we can bait out all his Evos. Like, Yukari just smashes this deck to pieces. Like, literally his only chance at winning after I do multiple Yukaris is going to be Neria. Alright. Does he have the Ravening? I'm guessing he does have it. His hesitation last turn tells me he has Ravening. EO.
Go! Go!
That's a suicide Evo, that's good. Alright, well, this matchup is significantly easier when I don't have Ravening. I think maybe I should just Zelgania next turn. Even though it doesn't kill anything, it's still the biggest tempo play, right? We just make this giant 6/6. And we are really not going to have that many chances to play Zelgania, actually. Because he's not really going to be smorking me down, he's playing control deck. Unfortunately, we will overdraw. So actually, let's hold off on the Zelg then. Let's see what we get here. I guess we're going for it, in that case. Tortoise. No. I could have also pre-voted this to play around Naria, because then it plays around in the sense that if he has Naria, then he's forced to suicide trade into it. Yeah, I guess I should have pre-voted, goddammit. My mistake, my mistake. He's got it right. Yeah. My mistake, I absolutely should have pre-voted that. Whoops. I might lose now, actually, just because of that misplay. Damn. Yeah, I guess I deserve to lose this. The best draw I can get here would be either a Kel or a Lorena. I messed up. That was really bad. Tender Rabbit Healer. Let me check something. Please give me a Kel. Okay, there it is. Seven. 4. You know what? I'll just let him punch me. That's fine. I think I'm okay with it. 1, 2... No, it's not gonna... No, that's fine. Whatever, punch me. It's okay. I don't mind potentially taking 9 here. We can heal it up. Man. We were in a good position, though we misplayed. I 100% should have pre-voted that, the 5/5 there. Hopefully it doesn't cost me the game, but it might. But unless my opponent got Omega lucky, I don't think there's any way we can die here. But we might get punished really hard. Okay, now there's the Ravening. This is last Evo, right? Once they blow the last Evo... Oh, okay, interesting. Once they blow the last Evo, then they become a lot more okay, or you feel a lot more safe about dropping the Yukaris. Okay, so I'm just going to clear his board here. He activated the world for me, but I'm just going to get right out of range because I'm not going to play the world this turn. I'm going to Kel this turn. He's not Evoing. I guess he's really afraid. He's also really afraid of Yukari as well. Yeah, he's super afraid. Oh, there's Lorena. That's a good card.
Oh yeah, here's where I shine.
Make me wild.
Alright, so first, in order to do maximum AoE and board, do Rabbit Healer, followed by the Repair Mode. There we go. Next turn, we have Lorena into Yukari, and then we have Yukari again. This is a giant board. This is ready, right? Universe 8? Yeah, it is. Okay, that kills one thing. I guess he can blow his last Evo. He wants to kill this. Oh no, that's actually really bad. Yeah, that makes things significantly harder. So we can no longer rely on like the usual way of winning this matchup, which is just stack up a bunch of storms and then just on the late game play a bunch of little storms and buff them with heals. That's going to be impossible now because of Azazil's leader effect. Now because he's permanently in Vengeance, then his Garnet Waltzes always restore Evos. So what we do here is we do Lorena. I think we do Lorena, right? Actually, maybe we don't do Lorena. Three, two, three. Alright, this board should be very difficult to interact with. His best answer here is a Naria. Yeah, so he needs exactly Naria here. Resolve? Wow, feels bad, man. Forced to use Resolve not on Elana but a follower, so he has Naria, but that's not going to be able to do anything. He doesn't have... unless he has Garnet Waltz here? Okay, that's not going to do it. Wait, do we have lethal? I think this might actually be lethal. Hold on a second. Wait a second. Major Prayers gives me... I just need to kill that somehow. 3, 4... Yeah, this is lethal, we win. It's over.
I'll give you what you walked into the wrong forest.
The wrong forest, friend.
A bear a day keeps the doctor away.
I'm gonna draw a second world. Feels bad, man. It's over. We win. Damn. He could have survived that if he didn't play the Bloodbinder. I don't know why he did that. That play right there just killed him. Though, I mean, he was in a bad spot anyways. Wow, alright. Sword. Sword, this guy's almost at GM. We're going second, that's very good. However, because this is Sword, this is most likely to be Evo Sword, right? This matchup is very bad for us, because all Evo Sword decks now run 3 Resolves. So I need like a very, very aggressive curve. I need Elana exactly on turn 4. I need a steady stream of Elanas. Otherwise, he's going to be able to kill them, and then my whole deck just falls apart if I don't have Elana's Prayer. So I need Elana on 4, and ideally I also need Elana on 5, or I need a Sweet Wing to copy it. Because if he kills my Elana and I'm out of Evos, then I'm just basically, my deck doesn't work anymore. So having Golden Bell in 1 is good, that'll help me find my Elana. This is a rough matchup. This guy's almost a GM, so I'm pretty sure he knows how to play the matchup too. Alright, well we got Tortoise, that's good. Failing, sure.
We won't give him an inch.
Ah. It's really tempting to play that, but I need that on Elana, so I'm gonna play nothing. It's so tempting to play it right now, just to have something on board. But yeah, we need to Elana on 4, and then on 5, you know, if we don't draw a second Elana, we're gonna sweet wing it. Courtly Dance. Alright, well I can't play around, I can no longer play around Kage, unfortunately. Alright, well whatever, you can kill it, no problem. Good thing about this card is it stonewalls his entire board. But I can't prevent the Kage from suiciding. So his entire board dies to it, to this 1-4, this annoying little wall there. Go Lapras, oh my god, it's got double Kage, seriously? Oh god, that's so bad. Hopefully our Bell will draw my my one of Kel, that'd be really nice. And double Kage is bad news. You know, actually, you know what it means? It means that he gets 2 Evos next turn, and then if he manually Evos something else, then his resolve costs 1 already. And I can't kill everything. So you know what? If he casts 1 Mono Resolve next turn, I'm just gonna concede. Because we're just way too behind at that point. I don't think we have any chance of winning. So if he has Resolve this turn, we lose immediately. I don't even have a chance to copy Elana, because he has 2 Evos here from the Kages, he can evolve this, get a 3rd Evo, and then his Resolve costs 1. So if he has Resolve, I lose immediately. I can't win. So please don't have it. Oh my god, is it Rally 7 already? Well, so much for 1 mana Resolve. Still really good though. Do we even have any like 2-for-1? Oh my god, that's already a 5-5. Holy crap. Oh, we're getting beaten down pretty hard, unfortunately. Here's an idea.
Sugar's the best cure for the blues, you know.
2 mana Elana, that's what's up.
Make me wild.
We are gonna get smoked down really hard here, unfortunately. Wait, attack first,
Now,
yeah.
don't push.
There we go.
Stay still.
Alright, we got 2 Elanas. We need some 2-for-1 cards, because even though we have 2 Elanas, we're still super behind on board. Yeah, that's really bad. That's really bad.
It won't be long now.
I need Kel or Lorena Pronto. Four-Pillar can draw it, but then we can't use it immediately. Wow, he's actually playing multiple Courtly Dances. That's like so greedy. Holy crap. Oh my god, thank you, you're a god. Alright, here we go. We got the answer, oh yeah. We can just do this, right? Hold on a second. Let's do that.
Stay still.
I'm impressed this guy, even though he's playing Evo Sword, he got his rally count so high, so fast. Really impressive. Alright. Somehow we turned that around. Fearin... He's got answers though, I'm pretty sure. Amelia? This should be ready, right? Yeah, it's ready. Yep, there it is. So he needs to pull either Gelt or Honorable Thief.
It all ends here.
Gelt is the best one because that also draws him a card.
I will support the vanguard. Carry on.
Ah, he got it. Okay. So that's a 7/7. That's uncontested. I'm not gonna be able to kill that, unfortunately. I guess I could kill it. I just don't want to kill it. Major prayers. We actually have a lot of storm damage. But I don't think it's correct to just go smork him down. That might be a bad idea. There's no way we die, right? I don't think we can die here. If I ignore his board, can I die? This is a huge wall. I think I'm just gonna smack him in the face. Although, I do have to be worried about the world. He's always playing the world, right? You know what? No, we're trading. This is a slow matchup. Always gotta respect the worlds. It does really suck to miss 9 damage, but yeah, we have to respect the world here because we get punished so hard if he has it. Interesting. Diamond. Oh my god, that's like one of the best possible answers we could have had there. Can he clear though? He needs to play a Gelt or a Thief after this. We have so much damage, holy crap. Kind of insane.
You are done for.
You're not gonna be able to survive any more trades. Alright, just 2 PP then. That's still pretty good. Alright, so we can never kill that, that's fine. The world, now we can kill it. Do I just smork him down? Oh god. I mean, I have to respect it, right? But at some point, we just have to go in. I just don't know if that time is now. We can put him at 12. Let's play around it. I don't know. Maybe I'm being too defensive. I'm just so afraid of the world because you can just see how when they have the world and they swing the board like that, it's just so devastating. Yeah, we might lose the game because of this conservative play. He's gonna reach turn 10 before me, so maybe I'm supposed to be aggressive and just force him to have good answers. But yeah, this is crazy. It's Sword, and Sword has actually drawn more cards than the Haven deck. Haven usually has better card draw than Sword. Ariet, that's really, really good. That's one of the best cards we could have gotten, because now he heals, recovers mana. Wow, that's so good. That's insane. We're probably dead next turn. Although we have a card to help to save us. That's good. Sure. Uh-huh. Huh. We have a lot of damage. Hold on a second. I think... Is there a way to get lethal here? I don't think there is. Ah, I might be... this is so bad. I'm probably overthinking. I may have missed lethal. It's possible there's a way to kill him this turn. It's definitely possible that I could have killed him. Hmm.
Our melody will never fade.
Man, if only we had a Lorena, or not Lorena. If only we had the Oh god. This feels so gross. We have so much damage. We can't go face with this. Alright, so he has World now. He can't OTK me because I have spell protection. But he might be able to swing the board back, and that'll be devastating if he has it. Resolve. That's a good answer. Draws 2 cards off that too. Okay, it's not gonna kill me. Unless he has a mirror. Oh my god, damn. Good stuff, dude. Oh my god. Close game. Did my best to play around it, but maybe I should have gone in hard. I should have gone in really hard earlier. I missed out on so much face damage, but I was just so afraid of his world just like swinging the board back. Man, that was a crazy game. Damn. Hey, Magic Bananas, what's up? How you doing? Lesson learned for the next time. Against that matchup, if you can't get Yukari's, then get double on a setup and just save your storms. Because yeah, I could have won that game. That game I think was winnable. That game was absolutely winnable if I played correctly. I needed to prioritize second Elana there. And then save the squeaks for turn 6. That's what I should have done. Yeah, Item Shop is just really, really dumb. It's a very, very annoying deck to play against. Like, honestly, if you ask any Shadowverse player, like, and you ask him, like, do you actually enjoy playing against Item Shop? Like, I doubt anyone will say yes, right? It's just a very, very frustrating deck to play against. It's anti-fun. It's probably fun to play, because, I mean, as a deck, it's pretty unique, right? It's a deck that has no followers. And then because of how Shop works, then constructing the deck is interesting, because there are ways to put followers in the deck, but to get around that restriction. So it's interesting in theory, just playing against it is like so annoying. So this stonewalls us. It's a little annoying. I'm gonna pass here. Double tortoise. Damn, actually, you know what I should have done last turn? I should have, what I should have done was punch this. Then I have a full clear this turn. Because now he gets Elana on 5, and then he gets to buff one of these. So he actually messed up. We do have Justine, though. That doesn't really make a difference, right? It's a 3-3 instead. Like, okay, sure. Maybe it does make a difference. Let's do it. Let's do that. Try to make things a little bit awkward for my opponent. Okay, there's Elana.
My blade is your salvation.
So now he needs exactly a 1 mana heal. But yeah, I mean, I don't like Item Shop, but I am glad at least that there is a cheap deck that's playable right now. Because it's like a budget deck, right? So it is nice that budget decks are playable. Because most rotation decks are super expensive, and Item Shop is like one of those few exceptions. It's actually very, very cheap. Let's do this. This is 6-5 now? Okay. Let's see if he has a second Elana. Reverend Adjudicator. That's not Elana, but that's still pretty good though. Wow. That's very annoying. Doesn't evolve, yeah, that's right. Should never evolve there. Lorena again, I guess. Sure. He's just making a big wall. Sadly, I can't kill this. I can't clear everything, but he has a 2/2 left over. Sure. We have a giant board, so he needs a Kel or he needs his own Lorena to deal with this. Next turn we have Four-Pillar into another Elana. Okay, there's his Lorena. I was waiting for that. Yes. Yep. He can clear now, right? Yeah. I think he actually survives with 1 health. Yeah, wow, lucky. Lucky. But actually, you know, even though this survives, I think I'm okay with it punching me. Because hey, you know, if it punches me, that means it turns on my world. My world is now active again. Oh, that's an awful pull. I mean, it works, but it's not what I wanted to see, though. Ah, god damn it, fine. That is not the card I wanted to see. I wanted to see my second Elana. Oh, wait. I could have played... Oh, that's fine. Might not have been a misplay, actually. I forgot I actually had a natural card, so I could have fused Justine there. Sorry, sir. So he gets back the Imperator, or he gets back the guy? Interesting, not evolving. Okay, sure. Doesn't he just get bodied here? My Kel's active, dude. This is bad. For my opponent. Is he dead? 13... 15. I have 15 damage. We could fuse, but I actually want to keep the Saintly Squeaks though. I guess we're going in, yeah. We could have put him to 5, but I think I do want to save the fuse. So I'm expecting the world here. Yeah, there it is. But we still have a giant board to deal with after this. Lorena's really good. Okay, so I guess to clear 2 things here. Next turn, we have to Yukari. We must Yukari next turn. We have no choice. Wait, he can't kill my dudes. Interesting. Do I have lethal? Let me see. Justine, 8 plus 3 is 11. 11 plus 3 is 14. We have lethal. Yep, it's over. It is. Yeah, it's lethal. Oh, mega lethal. Yeah, this is like super lethal. Nice. Yeah, Elana Mirrors very much favors go second.